description there, linked somewhere around here to route out some slots for these card racks that I'm going to be making. So stick around. You get to watch the whole process from beginning to end. We're going to be, and then we'll chop them down to about 20-inch lengths, add some oil-based finish on them, and they look really nice for any sports cards collectors out there that collect really anything. Just want to display things on their wall and such. We're going to be using tiger maple and spalted maple as well. I'll show you. Hold on. Here's the spalted maple. Really, really beautiful looking stuff right here. Yep. I also made previously has made some out of cherry and such. Um, and then here's the tiger maple. Some of this I don't know how well you'll be able to see this on camera. Doesn't really transfer well on camera. Yeah, look at that. It's still good though. I mean, yeah, you can kind of see it, can't you? Really beautiful tiger maple. That curly maple is like it's like an ocean, so to speak. So let me get my chat settings to all messages so I can see them all. Type something in the comment and make sure we know that my headphones are working, my microphone's working well. Type a W in the chat if you can hear my microphone. That'd be helpful. And then we're gonna get underway. We got a bunch of these to route out, a little bit at a time. Here's my test piece. Didn't work too well. Didn't work. It's the best looking piece too, but it didn't really work too well because I took too much out in the beginning. I realized I got to go shallow. Go by step. Don't take away too much all at once. And I'm breaking the rules, and I knew it too. I was just so excited to get this router. I just bought that off of Facebook Marketplace for like $75, and now here we are, rocking and rolling, doing a little bit of a side hustle. Now we get things going here. So, without further ado, let's get some things going here. I'm gonna leave this over here because I know you don't want the headphones next to the right directly next to the router as it's going off. Let me turn this off because it's not really working too well. We got a nice angle here. Make sure we got it angled correctly. A good angle here. There we go. Bada bing. There we go. I gotta get another headset. Oh boy. Get another earpiece or what do they call them? Ear protection. As you know, I have my as you can see from the just a little bit ago, I have eye protection, and I also have some ear protection as well, so I don't mess up my hearing. So that's the last thing you want to do is mess up your hearing. So what up there, Cook? Sounds good, thank you, brother. Much appreciated. If you're just joining us, I'm gonna tell you again. If you're just joining us, look what Daddy just bought off of Facebook Marketplace, and now guess who's got a side hustle? I guess I got a side hustle now. I sell these card racks to some people online, and they sold out. So now I'm just gonna, while the videos, I'm gonna make some card racks here and sell them to the public. Just I'm rounding out right now. I'm gonna be rounding out a little slot here. Here's my first pass. Looks pretty good so far for a first pass on Tiger Maple. I'm gonna use a Tiger Maple for one of them, and look at how beautiful this Tiger Maple is, by the way. This ain't even the best looking piece, for sure. And then, beautiful stuff. So we got a couple more boards like this. Working on tonight. And then also another type of maple. We got one of my favorites, salted maple. I mean, look at that. That's gonna be cool. this up on your wall, holding up sports memorabilia cards, fictional trading cards, all that stuff. Magazines, maybe you hold up your mom's picture or some of the family members. So without further ado, let's get her going. Doesn't look like there's any fiber pole either. All right, folks. Looks like we got no fiber pole right now. Can you guys hear me now? No, we're not making flooring. See you later, Larry. Yeah, we're not making flooring right now. We're making we're we're making useless little card racks, not useless, but little card racks that people can mount on their walls so that they can mount not only sports memorabilia, but they can also route or mount up other objects. So like stuff that you can just literally, it's like a little shelf, like a kind of a little shelf for people's little mounting pleasure. So now I'm like, there's no fiber pole, which is good news. But I feel like it feels like it's not. Eh, it just feels like there's beer cans. Yeah, put the beer can right now. You can crush it, and you can crush the beer can like literally flat, and then you can mount this on your wall, and you can hold the whatever. So I'm just running through this set here. Actually, I should probably put these over there. I'm running through these, doing some shallow passes right now. Couple shallow passes, two on each side. Flip it, one pass, flip it over, do another pass. So then that makes them, I think, what is this? It might be too much, but should make it. Wait. Right near. What is that? Oh boy. 1, 2, 3. 7/16. Like 7/16 of an inch thick. This one needs to go through again. Two. Yeah. This one needs to go through again, I think. No, it doesn't. I'll just leave it. Oh, oh. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, so you got a couple more of these. I got some in the back there. We're going to pull through. Bear with me. I'm just going to the back side here to grab my other blanks. We got a bunch of passes we need to do tonight. So I'm going to be here all night answering questions, walking you through this process of fun. So let's have at it. Sorry, there's no, I know you're serious, brother. Trust me, I used to be an alcoholic, dude. I'm actually in May I'll be 7 years sober from drugs and alcohol. So I probably should be dead right now, but some of you guys that may know my journey, double tap that screen by the way, and share this with somebody you think would find useful. Some of you that may know my journey a little bit, yeah, I'm in recovery, and like I said, a couple years, almost 7 years sober from drugs and alcohol, and now I'm just living my best life, being sober, all because of Jesus. So, that being said, I'm gonna turn all these machines back on. You probably won't be able to hear me, but you'll be able to see me. Lost the mic, huh? You can't hear me? Probably it's not because it's not right here. Type W in the chat if you can hear me. W in the chat if you can hear me. Yep. See, because it's not right there. But I'm going to set it down. Yep. I'm going to set it down, and then you'll be able to hear. You won't be able to hear nothing. I wish I could just get OBS and yeah. Thanks. What is that? As a mod. Yeah, I really shouldn't be reading people's. I really shouldn't be reading people's profile names. All right. I just noticed this was spinning out of control, and I don't know what the heck. I think this is the height. Whatever it was spinning, and I don't like it. I think I caught it. I think it sets the height. Or no, it sets. Oh, it sets this back and forth. So, yeah, I didn't like it. It was moving on me. So I got to make sure everything's tight now before we continue. And I got a couple things from so far. I need to pass that through again. But so far, it looks like there's no fiber pull happening. Looks pretty decent. And you can see here, this is all tiger maple, curly maple. And I'm also doing, yeah, what up, Shannon? Yeah, new toy. Yeah, look at that. Facebook Marketplace. And then we got somebody who's like, careful with that axe, Eugene. Is that a Walking Dead reference? I swear that's a Walking Dead reference. How do you guys like the angle? You guys want me to park a little closer, or should I go a little bit closer? Maybe get right in there. Get in there, eh? Yeah. Freaking awesome, though. I need to make another pass on this because this is a little shallow. Anyways, now that we got things tightened down, I'm gonna hit that. Let's go. Keep going. Double tap that screen, folks. Hit that like button if you like this. Then we got one more piece. Then we're gonna set the depth on this fence here and take some deeper cuts. All right. What up, Beer Barrel? You still in here, brother? Any of you guys still here? We got virtually no fiber pull from this. I'm pretty proud of this. I'm so glad I decided to go shallow at first. Let me get some of this clean up here. Hang it. No. Now this thing got lodged in there. No. Give it back. Oh boy. Be nice if you guys were still here chilling with me, saying something. Quick question: when you use the router table, you should come in from right to left. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. The camera's flipped right now, so it looks like I'm going left to right, but the camera's flipped. See how the hat's like backwards? It says lumber. So I'm going from right to left. That's what that is right there. Sorry about that. I should have said something. But yeah, thanks for watching out for me, though. That's a good idea. People should know that. You got to go from right to left. It even says right here, warning, direction of feed from right to left here. So that's I mean, you're not off there. Good looking out, though, brother. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. All right, now we're gonna. I should actually just take this off because we're gonna set the depth of this a little bit further. Right now we got it at, what the heck is this? 6.5 to the end there. Ish. It doesn't really matter. I don't need it to be level. When I first did it, I was like trying to get both sides level, and then I realized, wait a minute, I'm using a round tool here. I don't need it to be right to left. So if you're just joining us, we're cutting Banggood? No, it's not the Banggood. It's actually a skill router, which is a similar router that's linked. I don't know where it might be up here. There might be like a picture of a router somewhere or a link somewhere that I've attached this to. But if you could hit the like button, that'd be great. Just double tap the screen twice. You can like. That's how you like it. See if we can get us to 10 likes. That'd be great. Or sorry, 20 likes. That'd be great. And then no, this is a skill RAS 800. I tried to look when I was setting up the show. I tried to look for the RAS 800, but this thing is so cheap that I'm like, I don't know if I want to like put my my name behind the RS 800, but I wanted to at least have something that's similar to what I'm using right now. So it's the RAS 800 table, which is retails about $150 on Amazon. The one I have linked is about $200, and I think it also comes with it's a 200 or 250. It also comes with a router. I think it's another skill router. The router that I have here is barely brand new. It's what the heck was it again? Um Ryobi router. And I'm not a, I'm not one of those kind of brand man. I don't have an allegiance to brands like some of you guys do. If anything, I just buy everything Harbor Freight and use it till it quits on me. But I can understand because I'm doing the side hustle. I can understand where you guys you need you need to go, you need to get that higher quality. And that's, with the higher quality tools, it's just the same thing with the higher quality recording equipment that I use. It's 100% worth it. You know, you buy once, you cry once when it comes to high quality tools. Where if you're buying low quality, you're skimping on price, it's gonna crap the bed on you eventually. That's my experience with electronics and camera gear and such. So I would think maybe it would transfer over to tools. What do you guys think? Steve, I missed a question. If the router bit catches it on the way you were going, it will throw it forward and your hand could go into it. Yeah. Come in from right to left. Yep, I'm definitely going like anybody else is wondering, it looks like I'm going left to right, but I'm actually the camera's flipped. So I'm going right to left. This is right, that's to left there. So it's just a trick of the eye, baby, trick of the eye. So now we're gonna switch out and push this fence back a little bit, make some deeper cuts. Then we're gonna go over to our miter saw, cut them all the length, and then we could start adding an oil-based finish. Actually, first things first, I'm gonna unplug this thing. Because the last thing I need is this thing to turn on all of a sudden as I'm messing around with it. Wait, where was I? I remember I was at 6.5, so that's about there. So now we need probably a 1/4 inch, I think, maybe somewhere near that 1/4 inch. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I like it, ladies and gentlemen. I like it. Going a little bit deeper now. Make sure everything's all tightened up. Make sure she's all ready to go. No, 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 no. Don't you do that. Dang it. Actually, let's do that. There we go. All right, I think we're good to go now. Any questions before we get rolling? Any questions? Worth watching? Is it a mains? All right, is it a mains or battery? I watched Jonathan Katz Moses. He tested a bunch of routers. The one I think scared him was the Ryobi, and it threw the bit twice at full speed, Steve. Oh boy, now you got me worried. Now you got me worried. Ah. Actually, what happened was damn it. Which one do you say it is? Is it a mains or battery? It's a main. Yeah, it's a plug-in. Table for Chris cost 20 minutes in electric lift to help disability. That's pretty cool. What does that mean? Electric lift to help disability. When I first, I didn't really tighten it that much when I very first ran it, just to test it out. And I noticed it was starting to come up a little bit, so I set it again, and I tightened the crap out of this one. Like almost to the point where I think I might have trouble. Might have trouble. Might have trouble. Well, you know what? Now you got me all worried. Now I'm gonna check. Now I'm gonna grab my. I'm gonna disassemble it, make sure it's tight, and put it back. Now that you got me all scared, you son of a gun, you. Probably for good reason. You know, always good to make sure. Better safe than sorry, is what I'm saying. Better safe than sorry. Man, is it late already? We got in here late. Now we're unplugging, so now there's no power to the router. Unplug that. Which one kept throwing the battery? Was it the or which one kept throwing the bit? Was it the battery one or the electrical the mains one? Now you got me all concerned. Whichever this one is. This one's the one I'm working with, so now. Oh yeah, she's way tight. She ain't slipping at all. Yep, that's way on there. That ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. Now I'm gonna watch that video though. What is it? Would you say Cat Moses? John's Cat Moses? Yeah. See, that's the thing, guys. I'm not a woodworker, dude. I'm a lumber educator. I'm a lumber salesman. So if you need to know about lumber, that's my specialty. You need to know about woodworking. You go to cats like John's Cats Moses or whatever his name is. You know what I mean? And then this thing's even sketchy. This table is a little sketchy too. This is not the table that's linked in the description, by the way. But all this is kind of a clamp system where it's just like, some feels like some very light steel that's just kind of twist on clamp. system, and you just got to check it. Make sure and check it every once in a while, because I don't want to have to. I don't want this thing going loose on me. This router going loose, but it's been pretty stable so far. So just always got to double check. Just check a couple times. You know what I mean? Run it through and disassemble. Check it. Make sure everything's running good. Make sure everything's good. Okay. Alrighty, Whitey. Let me check some. I think it was the battery one. Yeah. I'll check that video out. Jonathan Katz Moses Ryobi router test. I'll check it out. But when it comes to wood, I know every single piece of wood. I can identify it like the back of my hand, which is why I'm looking and I find this on the table. Oh, guys. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. Oh boy, it looks like it would be one of these, but you gotta be kidding me, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now you gotta wonder. Because each one, I thought it'd be one of these four that holds the side brackets together. Well, which theoretically holds the. That's there. Yeah. Which one is it? Ah! Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh boy. How scuffed would that be if I just decided to just chuck it? Man, that's the only downside is I can't find. It's got to be for one of these. It's for one of these. The table, not the router, though. That's for sure. Ain't that scuffed though? Look at that. It's got a little. It comes with a little anti. What is it, a little anti-slip thing? Or what do they call it? Anti-slip. Let's sit here all night looking for the the piece that it goes to, and I think it is not that. It's not that. Yeah. Not that. What is it? I know it's part of this table because it matches the other bolts on this table. Oh well. Maybe. Aha! Aha! I found it. I found it. Dumb. Absolutely ridiculous. Here's the thing, dude. I don't know if I have. Oh, it holds the slot down, is what it is. Just a little bit that holds the slot down. So let's get bear with me. I'm gonna grab a Phillips, tighten that up, and then we'll get this party going. Get this party going for all y'all, so you guys can see a finished product before we get done with this live stream here. Type W to chat if you learned something today. There we go. Now we're good to go. Whew. A shake-proof washer. Yeah, that's what that is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to shaking. Let's get to shaking. There we go. Is it Melinda? Melinda, ladies and gentlemen, Melinda5777 is officially the biggest fan on this channel. So step aside, boys. Step aside. The queen is here. Melinda, look at this. I got a new toy. I guess I'm a woodworker now. I used to be a lumber educator. Now I'm a lumber woodworker. Now I'm a wood. I used to be a wood educator. Now I'm a woodworker. Wood teacher. Now I'm a woodworker. So, go figure. Oh, Ted Scott! Why don't you start, bro? Get in here. Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing. I was just thinking about this the other day. I case you're just joining us, we just got a new toy off Facebook Marketplace. Paid $75 for both the table and router. Really only needed the table because I have a router that I broke. So it's probably a good thing I got this new router too. I'm just testing it out, making these slots for card racks so that people can collect, say you collect sports cards, sports memorabilia. Steve, good night, brother. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button on the way out, lady. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. Anyways, we can get us 5 more likes. We can get us 20 likes. That'd be great. Share it with somebody you like. Share it with somebody you think would get value from this. What we're doing here is we're routing out spots of the tiger maple and spalted maple. I mean, look at that beautiful spalting in that. You know what happened? You know what that is? Spalting happens because when two or more fungal groups get into a log, particularly on maple, because it shows maple is with the white wood, which shows the dark streaks better, but it can happen to any wood. Birch, a lot of people do it for hackberry, birch, I said that, cedar, really any lighter basswood, really any lighter color wood. Yeah, sorry, dude. Yeah, sorry. Not to be rude, but it sounds like you're talking into a tin can. Yeah, man, I am sorry, dude, but it's the headset here. So is this a little bit better, maybe? Maybe? Good to go now. Yeah, usually if I have it like right here, it's better. But it keeps falling off. Anyways, um, yeah, we got that. Here, let me show you the spalted maple too. I need another spot to put these. Now that I'm done, there you go. Put those there, and then I'll show you a really good piece of tiger maple here. I mean, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I guess you can't. The light kind of sucks. Eh. That's why I don't like taking pictures of wood and sending it to customers because you can't really see it, you know. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Limp. And if the audio sucks again, let me know. I'll try to fix it again. But here's some more of that tiger maple, and it's really gonna pop as soon as we put. It's really gonna pop as soon as we put an oil-based finish on it. I mean, look how cool that is. So then I'm going to sell it to the public as a card rack so people can mount it to the wall. I know it's a little bit, crooked, but we're going to cut them at 20-inch lengths anyways. So it's not going to really be much of a difference. Oh, we're losing people. We're losing people. Sorry, guys. All right, I'll get back to work. I'll shut up and get back to work then. I'll shut up and get back to work. So, yeah. Yeah, that grain is freaking awesome, ain't it? Now we got the depth set back a little bit further. We're doing shallow passes. So now that we got the depth set back, now we're gonna. I'm really pleased with it. It's not tear out or anything. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to quickly I want to point out this one grain. The grain on this is freaking amazing. It's gonna make for a really happy customer. That's for sure. And it doesn't look like I'm getting too tear out, so that's good as well. But I want to point out the fact that I don't know if you'll be able to pick this up on the camera. You see that? There's some tear out there from when it was planed, and it's a lot of it everywhere, really. I mean, there's some pretty gnarly tear out. It's unavoidable when it was planed. So, with that being said, I'm gonna have to disclose that. It's gonna be really tough to sand this down because I really kind of got to get in there in different grooves and be able to when I get the sanding going, starting out at 80 grit. And I mean, there is a lot of tear out here, but it's gonna be okay as long as we hit that like button. Get us to 20 likes, guys. Come on, help me out. 20. Double tap that. All you got to do is just tap the screen, double tap it twice, and we're good to go. All right, let's continue. Only got a couple of these left. Double tap the screen. One more to hit 20. Awards, accolades, diplomas, all kinds of mounted selections. Now I think, now that I think about it, I want to scroll down a little bit. Yeah, it was a little bit. I'm gonna have to do another one more pass just to get them all a little bit deeper. I want them just a little bit deeper. That way hold, they can hold things a little better. Because I think this bit is, it is, what is that? Dang near a quarter inch and 3/8. That'd be 3/8. 3/8, baby. So that would be deep enough to hold people's cars, people's toddlers, slabs, as they call them. And being standing down, they would like hold up things. Something like. Let's unplug it because we don't need anything happening. Yeah, if you're just joining us, what we're doing is we're playing the brand new router bench, router table that I got. Normally, I'm a lumber educator channel, but now we're just branching out and having some fun doing some of the things that you guys do, so to speak. Um, there goes that piece. Now we're just gonna make it. This is kind of tipping me out. There we go. That is pretty darn flush, I'd say. Yes. Alrighty. Perfect. Nice. Put it back there and make one more pass, and then we get one more pass for each board, and then we go to the miter saw and it's a 90-degree cut. So we're gonna cut these down to ideally 20-inch pieces, but we'll see because there's some damage on there. I'm not sure. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. Sorry. I gotta remember to put this microphone on. The product right now, Ted Scott, if you're still there, I just set the depth. I just set the depth of the table back, the fence back a little bit. Right now it's 3 feet, 5 feet. Well, I cut them all in half so to make them more manageable pieces. So I got they were all 10-foot pieces ish, And uh, well, I think one of them was, I think the spalda maple was 8. Whatever. I'm gonna cut them down to 20-inch pieces. So I cut them. So I cut them at right around that 20-inch average. I'm gonna do a 20-inch. I should do 16, but I did 20 so that in case someone wanted to drill them out, they can have two spots so they can go 16, and then they don't have to, they don't have to mess around with, and then 20 inches is like a really good size for mailing stuff too, because those boxes I got in the back there are about right darn near 2 feet, 2 feet. So yeah, it helps it more manageable. And then if they want, they could drill their own stuff. But I highly suggest using a product like damage-free hanging, like the poster straps or whatever, the little poster stickies, so that people, and then you pull it, and then it comes off damage-free. Anyways, then they could measure their 16s, and then do a 16 on each between each 20, and or catch up that way. Now that I think about it, that wouldn't work because you need to do 16, 32. That wouldn't work, would it? So I'd need to do 2-foot sections. Otherwise, yeah, that wouldn't work, would it? Yeah, whatever. I highly suggest damage-free hanging. Uh, so I don't know. What do you think? Should I go to 24s or should I go 20s? I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? If they're doing 16s, they're doing 16s. Do you think I should do 20s or 24s? Sorry about this, guys. He's probably calling. Yeah, I'd go 22. You convinced me. All right, let's cut them down again. One more pass, ladies and gentlemen, before we call it a night, because it's getting pretty late here. It's getting pretty late, and anyways. These are turning out really great. Nice and deep. Not getting any pulling really, except for maybe on the ends here, which I'm not too terribly worried about. We're gonna cut these off anyways. In case you just joined us, we're making card racks. Tiger maple card racks, by the way, and they are really nice, Ted. Tell him, Ted Scott. Tell him. And another thing, Ted, I'm thinking, do me a favor, Ted, if you're still here. One way we could find out what what the email that you're using to watch this, to log into YouTube with, is by sharing. Hit that share button and then send it via email to knjlumbercontact@gmail.com. That way I can find out which email, at least maybe which one is your primary, and then find out if I have you added as an admin correctly. If you can. If not, either way. All right. All right. Now we're back on it. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids too. That's it. That's it for tonight's. Well, for the routing, anyways. We're gonna move on to. I think sanding. I was thinking while I was doing this, man. This is therapeutic, dude. Therapeutic. Hoot and holler. Are you? Okay. What did you say? I got rules check when I came in. So this gun hasn't been on your channel before live. Got to take the pup out in a minute. Sweet, nice lights. Okay, yeah. Is that? I can feel that. What's that called? That static finger. What do you call it? Yeah, too much vibration. And this part, look at that. I want to show you this. This little bitty here. This little bitty piece came off there. I was thinking about like, oh, man, I hope this holds up so I can. I was hoping it'd be able to hold up so I could glue it on because it was cracking there. I still might glue it together. That'll be after I sand. Maybe not. Waste is waste for a reason, right? So now we got some sanding to do. I got a lot of sanding to do, as a matter of fact, because I mean, look at that. Only some of this is going to be usable. Worst will be scrap. Yep, yep, yep. Funny you ask. What I'm making, we got this router bit. We're running a profile because it's a long story short. I'm a member of the community of the V Friends, and I ran into a bunch of people that they were looking for card racks to hold up there to mounting solutions for sports memorabilia, for trading card games, fictional character, anything that has to do with a card, football card, soccer, baseball, really anything. And I'm like, dude, I could make those. You know, they had these 3D printed racks made out of plastic, really crap, just whatever. They're charging $50 for this little tiny rack that only held like maybe 12 cards. And I'm like, I could make this easy for, you know, less time for the same amount of money or even more money to get high quality wood products, spalted maple, I got the curly tiger maple there too. So that's what I'm making. They're going to be able to fit their cards in there, mounted on the wall, and then they can fit their cards in there or their slabs, or they call them comic books if they want, or you can even mount pictures. You could mount, you could have almost like a T-track where you slide it in, right? This is just a side hustle. I made a couple of these from scraps, went on Whatnot, found a community, and I was like, trading card game or sports, whatever. And I made an account and I went on there and I sold out. I sold out of these in like 15 minutes. Sold every single one of them little scraps. They were all excited to have them because it was real wood instead of plastic. Nobody else does that. So, bada bing, bada boom. There you go. There's an idea for you. You could steal it, right? So yeah, this is what. So now I'm gonna sand these down, chop them. I was thinking about chopping them first and then sanding, or sanding first then chopping. But I think I'm gonna have to sand first then chop. I'll get on there. Bear with me here, folks. We're gonna go and get my. Looks like we're all fully charged, anyways. We're gonna go and get my my sander, and it's not that actually. Yes. Oh boy, dude. CW2126. I'm giving you a warning now. Don't use those words in my stream. So, just saying, brother. We don't need that. Lots of scrap concealment. Yeah, dude. If you get, and then you have those little scraps. If you got them little blocks, people like to have those as mounting solutions. Look at that out there, man. I don't know if you can see that, but It is snowing and swirling snow, windy. 7 o'clock at night. I got it probably about. Okay, well, thanks for the compliment. It doesn't kind of. It looks like you're using some hefty words there. So just keep it PG rated, so to speak. You know what I mean, man? That's all I ask. Uh, and then yeah, set you there. I'm gonna grab my sander, and then we'll get to sanding a few things here. And I bought a step down machine, a step down for that the dust collection. That probably saved me from cleaning up a lot here today. Thank God. I'm actually kind of hungry. I should probably eat something before my blood sugar goes down, but well. Oh well. I enjoy you guys. Enjoy hanging out with you guys, so I'm going to sand a little bit here tonight. Sand. And then we'll just get some sanding going. I don't think I'll be able to finish these here tonight. I wanted to. I wanted to get them cut down and then an oil base added to them, but it got way too late. I got too late of a start, folks. You know how it is. You know how it is. All right. I hope this step down works. Bear with me. I'm just going to go check back here. I'm still on the headset. You guys could still hear me, so just hang out for a second. Where's that other? Where's it at? Uh-oh. 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 There it is. Ha-ha! Little step down thing. Please fit. Please. Dang it. Yes. Look at that. It freaking works, dude. So pumped. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start out with 80 grit. Start out with 80 grit. See what happens there. I might even just leave it at 80. I don't really need a smooth finish. It's not like it's going to be a whole. It's not like there's going to be a lot of people touching it, you know? It's not a wear and tear kind of situation where it needs to be really smooth. So we'll see what happens when we get to that 80 grit step. I am kind of hungry. Did you guys bring lunch? What'd you guys bring? I'm starving, guys. Come on. Bring me a sandwich. Shannon, if you're watching, bring me a sandwich, brother. I love you. Shannon, or JS Genesis Designs, he's one of the OGs that's been on the channel since probably before we even had 100 subscribers. He's probably one of the first 100 subscribers, and he lives here in the area, and that's how he kind of found us, is when we were doing YouTube videos. And he just showed up one day and started buying wood from us. He's got his own little CNC machine. Now he's gonna bring me a sandwich. Aren't you, Shannon? So, if you ever hear me say something about Shannon, that's who I'm talking about. That's who I'm talking about. All right, be safe. Don't slip on the. Whatever. Got a shop vac hose. Dragging a 4-inch hose is a pain. Yeah, it's 4-inch. I do have a shop vac, but I don't want to have to replace the bag on it. This 4-inch hose is a pain in the rear end. But I mean, I could get a clamp, and I could just, set it up You know, I don't know if you guys could see it underneath the. Here, let me show you what I'm looking at here. Oh boy. Give me a break here. Give me a second. There you go. Oh wait, Produst. Okay. I had ham steak and mac and cheese. Bring it over, Beer Barrel. Don't tease me with the ham steak and mac and cheese. Come on, brother. Anyways, I was gonna put clamp on here, and I'll be right with your comment here. Prod Mule FC. I see it. Give me a second. But I was gonna put like a clamp maybe, and then have that 4-inch hose, and then I don't know, run those things right through. It'd be a lot easier this way than me trying to finagle a hose. That'll probably be the project for tomorrow. My project for tomorrow. And check this out right here. You see this? This right here. Oh, I gotta show it to you. We got this back from the people that kiln dry our stuff. I'm right there with you, Prod. Hold on. I'm twisting the wrong one. Double tap that screen, by the way. Bring us up to 30 likes. Blah, 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 blah. I'll tell you, and I got your runner 5K. Give me a second here. Give me a second. I just want to tell you a little story behind this piece of wood I got here. I'm using as a table. This is a beautiful wide piece of maple, hard maple, as you could tell from the video. Remember in the video, the how to identify wood video that just came out? Remember? We could differentiate hard maple from soft maple, from the hard maple being kind of a tannish brown heartwood with a creamy colored sapwood. Anyways, we got these back because they were playing in this right here. And on the other side, oh, it's on the other side is what we're going to be looking at here. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me set you down safely. Let me set you down safely. Give me a second. I just got to flip this over. You're going to love this. You see that? They planed the board, and then but they didn't see the metal that was in there. Neither did we. But you could tell that metal. Remember in the video, like I said, that nail test that will create that tannins, usually in high tannin woods, like just this maple's not so tannin, so it's not so much streaks. But they drew a little frowny face, and what we're gonna do is like try to find a way to frame this and then hang that up in the shop. We feel bad. We're like, sorry. They probably destroyed their blades on that too. So they had they had some words for us, a very small, blah blah blah. Anyways, identify wood. Identify wood. Give me a second here. I'm gonna scroll up to your comment. Yeah, they hit some nails in that bad boy. Anyways, I found this channel. Prod Mule FC says I found this channel because I'm not with at a lumber yard and need tips on how to identify wood. Yours is one of the most interesting videos I found on the topic. Yeah, dude, I did. We published a video before this, and we realized it's a video called the easy way to identify the right types of wood. And Kendall and I were like, dude, we made a video, and we really never taught anyone. There's no knowledge in that. Like, there's no real basis as to how to help people identify wood. It's just basically, here's a couple boards, here's a board, that's what that looks like, and smell it, and yada yada. There's really no help for anybody. So that's why I was like, I got to remake the video and make it more concise and clear and more. I don't know. Anyways, and then to put a little cherry on top of it, I'm about to have a video that's going to be a walkthrough that takes the last video that you guys watched, and it's going to be um, a basic walkthrough, step-by-step guide on how to identify wood the best way, the scientific way, so that there's no doubt in your mind, so that you can identify, and you'll be ahead, because most people guess on Facebook. They're just like, they put a picture up and like, what is this? And everyone's just guessing. And then I haven't developed a system, but I came across that system that perfectly identifies wood with 100% accuracy every single time, so you don't have to worry about whether you're right or wrong. So that's what we're kind of looking at with that. That one's about to be published next week, not this week, but the week after. Type of wood we're working with is we're using spalted maple and hard maple. I'm sorry, spalted maple and tiger maple. As you can see here, this side is a spalted maple on the right side, and then tiger maple on the left side. We're gonna make these into those card racks. Look how beautiful that's gonna be. Imagine. Wait till I get some oil-based finish on that. Those waves are just gonna pop, dude. Trust. Speaking of which, really should get to sanding, but we'll answer some questions. Hempreach just empty the shop vac bag into a big green or black trash bag. Done in the past. Yeah, I know. I probably could, but shit. I know you're right, but then I have to go and I have to do stuff. In order to do that, I have to do stuff. You know what I mean? I know I don't want to do stuff. I'm not trying to do stuff. Beer barrel. All right. Put a comment in your video. I really can't figure out USD. Yeah, you're right. Was that you? I did see that comment. I try to get try to get back to people's comments, but of course it's tough. I always thought, like, when I first started, I had maybe 300 views and I'd get one comment. I'd get so excited. Now I can't keep up with all the dang comments, but I'd see them. I see them come across my phone. So I look at them and I try to come back and try to reply to them. Dude, don't think that I'm not leaving you guys hanging or whatever. I want to try to get there and leave and answer your questions and then just at least thank you for commenting. Yeah, big difference in the light reflection. It sucks because even in cameras never pick up the never cameras never do the wood justice. A lot of people on Facebook will look at my Facebook listings for wood and they'll be like, "Oh, can you send me pictures?" I'm like, "Well, first of all, you see all this wood that's stacked underneath each other? There's no way I'm gonna get into a forklift, pull all this out, pull out the lumber for you, take a picture just so you can maybe come here. No, no. If you want wood, you come here. I'll show it to you then if you show up. Because half the time, half the people that message me don't. I never talk to them again, which is fine. You know, people get busy. I get it. I'm busy. Um, but even when I do take a picture, it doesn't look like the wood I'm looking. I'm literally looking at the phone. I'm looking at the wood, and I'm looking at two different things when I send them a picture, and it's not the thing. Yeah, Texas Tony. You, sir, are a legend at the Lone Star State. Lone Star. Yes. You, sir, are a legend at the Lone Star State. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Beer Barrel. Yeah, I know. I actually making sure you know Beer Barrel, USDA, if anybody, I think they'll do three or four per year. They'll identify wood for you. You gotta send it in, and it's a long thing. And I should have said it, but I've done 3 videos now. I should have at least mentioned that. But there's so much information on this topic, and I gotta really kind of pick and choose what exactly it is that I'm trying to tell people about. Let's get to sanding a little bit here. Let's get to sanding a little bit, so that way, Papa Sander, Big Papa Sand, Big Papa Abrasive. All right, setting these down here for now, and then we're just gonna run through some sand and find out how atrocious this is. Probably take a couple passes, and then I'll get sick of this and and then do this tomorrow or something. The cool part is I could do this. I get to do this while I'm working. I sell lumber all day, every day. So all I do is get to look at lumber and all kinds of fun stuff and hang out with my customers or all my friends. So they all come in and we get to shoot the breeze and but nobody. Look at that. That is such a dang it. Too small. That's so lame. Lame. All right, let's see if this Performax is the one. Or is it the same distributor? Gator. Lame, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, lame. Very lame. That's bigger. Only 180. Yep, that'll work, sorta. Kinda. Sorta, kinda, sorta. One number. Alright, let's find out what happens. It's 4-inch. It's ain't gonna work, dude. You were right, brother. You were right. All right, I'll give in. All right, I'm giving in to the comment section. Y'all are smarter than me, anyways. Y'all are smarter than me, anyways. Y'all know what's up. Man, I'm sad I didn't even get to the miter saw segment of this live stream. Eh, eh. Alrighty. Alrighty, whitey. Alrighty. Y'all know best. Comment section knows best. I bow to the comment section. Don't ask me how I might have known and we was in Minnesota. How might you have known that I'm in Minnesota? I started going Irish there for a second. Yep, we're in Minnesota, brother. Yep. Oh yeah. So that being said, we got don't ask me how I know. Bro's like, don't ask me how I know. No. This isn't even threaded. Go. Oh, I gotta show you guys something cool. You guys want to identify wood? Maybe I'll do it for the next stream. Maybe I'll do it next stream. Alrighty. Right, how's this gonna work now? Come on! Let's put this right here. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me, folks. I think we're just doing. Hallelujah. 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 Come on, Baba. There we go. Ah, thanks to the guy with the shop vac idea. Thanks to the guy with the shop vac idea. Little hat nod to you, brother. All right, it's about to get loud, folks. Bear with me. We're going to do a little bit of sanding. Catch you on the flip side. Accent. Oh, yeah. The accent. Accent. I just realized. I just realized. See you later. See you later, Hoot and Holler. Bang. What up, Jewel? I just realized I need to chop these down. First, I need to chop these down first before I sand. I think. And then the problem is here. Let me show you guys the problem. Is we got I don't know if this camera will pick it up very well, but we got our our lumber dryer and kiln dried supplier and mill. They also mill the wood. They plane it, straight line it, and send it back to us so that we can sell it to the public. Now, this particular tiger maple, there's some tear out with, I don't know if you can see it. There you go. There you go. There you go. A bunch of tear out. A bunch of tear out, bro, brother. Look at that. Some there too. I mean, I could sand it down. I'm not too worried about it. There's some rough spots there. But yeah, that's it. I gotta sand all that down, and it might be easier with the manageable smaller pieces. So now I think I'm gonna attack this with. I think I'm gonna do the chop saw and just chop them down to little pieces, and then I can sand those little pieces. Is what I think I'll do. Yep, because it makes it a little bit more manageable to sand. Or what would you guys do? Maybe I'll put it. I'll put a poll up. Is there a poll possibility? Maybe. Can I do a poll? What's this? What? Touch on. Oh, retouch. Oh yes. No, don't want to do. Oh, I wonder if it. Start a poll. Yes. All right. Sand. Should I sand? Sand. Should I say sand first? All right. Sand and chop with a 90 at a 90 degree. 90 degree. I guess I don't have a degree. I'll just do 90 hashtag. How about that? Should I go sand first, then cut? So I can have, because I'll have it in a bigger piece. I think I know the answer. It's cut first, then sand. 90-degree angle. All right. Done. Start the poll. All right. Get in there and vote for me. Get in there and vote. Get in there and vote. I'm going to go get some water. Yeah, I can. I can run it to the planer, but then I run the risk of it pulling out again, though. You know what I mean? Then I run the risk of pulling it out again. You will be. Don't worry. I'm gonna run and grab water. You guys are gonna still hear me. I just gotta leave you there for voting purposes. So get your votes in, and I get back and I'll do whichever you guys voted for. You see that, and if you're hanging on the outside, if you're lurking on the outside, scrolling by, tap the screen and come in and hang out with us. We're just cutting some pieces of wood down to manageable sizes. We're making card racks for as a side hustle. I guess I started a new side hustle now. But yeah, what we're voting on is whether I cut. And I got these pieces that have tear out in them, and I got to sand them all down. And I got the sanding set up right now, and I'm just wondering, should I? But I also need to cut them down to manageable 20-inch pieces at the end, anyways. So should I cut first and then sand them, or should I do a full-on sand to kind of get one big piece, full manageable size? At least do the faces and the face corners and all the corners. Do that first and then cut and then sand the ends afterwards, or should I just? So I guess the question is, cut first then sand, or sand first then cut then sand again? I think I know the answer to that. I mean, it's pretty darn obvious. Pretty obvious. The real answer is go home and get some dinner and go to bed is what the real answer is. I live about 20 miles south of this shop. It is pretty cold out there. So and I should have a little jig set up so then I can just cut it. I got a table saw so I can I have a chop saw. Oh, 9 votes. Cut first then sand. I wonder if they are using heel head or straight blade planer. You don't have a way to run. I don't know. They got a pretty fancy setup too. We go to send it to one of two places, and they both do an amazing job. Like they're both. One of them's a little bit better than the other as far as milling goes, but they're both like top notch as far as drying. They're both like they're the best in the business. Trust, kind of a 20 plus years in the biz, 30, 40 years doing it kind of a thing. Yeah, dude, and this mustache, man, I need to get it. I need to wax it and train it because it's starting to go down now again, especially this right side. So now I got to put some training wax on there to get it to curl up again. And you see all my old videos from last year. I got it all curled up and all the videos nice and on point. Now I've been lazy. It's nicer when it's thicker like that. I like the way it's thick. And then because when I put wax, it just makes it thin. All right, I'm gonna go get that chop saw. I'll be right back. We're gonna cut. I think we're gonna cut first, then sand. We're gonna take your advice. We're gonna go with the consensus. Ugh. Oh, this beast is heavy. Ugh. Oh, this beast ain't playing around. Ah. Uh-oh. Ah. I should have thought this through. Oh boy. Oh boy. Whew. All right. Okay. Whoo-wee. Yeah, if you're just joining us, we're making. I wish I had a piece of sample here. We're making card mounting racks where we solutions for displaying sports cards, trading cards. You just mount it to the wall, and then you put your little cards and slabs and everything on there, and it's very beautiful too. You got some spalted maple here. Well, this is actually tiger maple. Sorry. We're gonna end the poll. Why would it? Awesome. Yep. So 90% says cut first, then 82% said cut first and sand. So yeah, that's I don't know if you can see that well. And then we got the spalted maple too. But now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna chop saw this. Use up this chop saw. Holy, the cord that fell down scared me. I thought it was a spider for a second, running away. Up here in Minnesota, we got big old wolf spiders and they don't play around. Nice, I got nice. Nice. Very nice. We're going to do 20 inches if it'll allow me to. If it will allow me to. Oh boy. That is right on. Dang it. Wow. Right on 19? Are you kidding me, dude? This thing's right on 19 1/4 inch. Well, I suppose we'll see where this one goes, huh? Hey. This one's probably the same thing. Yeah, 19 1/4. Lame. Lame. Well, 19 1/4 is sort of kind of towards 20, you know? I mean, whatever, dude. We were going to do 20 inches. We're 3/4 of an inch away. I think that'll work, right? There's a reason. Is there a reason why it's at 19 1/4? Is that standard on all? See, I know wood. I don't know woodworking as much as you guys do. And by the way, we're only 2 likes away from 30 likes. Please double tap that screen for me. Hey, like it, Dick. Yeah. Funny guy. 2 inches, 2 likes away from a 2-inch mustache. Should we measure the mustache? That's a 5-inch mustache, ladies and gentlemen, all day long. Whew. All right, folks. 20 inches, 19 1/4. I'm still waiting. Is there a reason why they have this at 19 1/2 instead of like a full rounded number at 20 or 19 1/4? What the heck? Why won't this go down now? Oh, there it is. Huh? Is there a reason? I'm coming over to look. Pitcher from the Atlanta Braves. Yeah, Strider. How you doing, Jason Richelhoff, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm just trying to find out if you guys know why this stop here, this jig here, would be at 19 1/4 inches away from the blade, and not like a full 20 or 24. Why would they do that? Like, is that for because there's 16 on center, and then you add those? What would that be? Another 4 1/4 inches each side? Whatever. I mean, there's nothing I could do. I just don't want to mark everything, dang it. I'm debating on just going with 19 inches, dude. 19 ain't bad. Whatever. Just do it. Just do it. Just run it. Run it, baby. Run it. What the heck? Oh. All right. We even squared up here. Oh yeah, we're dead square. That is square. Sort of. For the most part. Kinda. Sorta, kinda. Square for what we're doing. Alright, we're gonna chop some, make some cuts, and then call her quits. I need to blow my nose here. Give me a second. I won't force you unless you do it. Alright, ladies and gents. 19 and a quarter it is, I guess. I mean, I ain't trying to mess around here. Innovative rail slide system. Where is? Oh, that's not good. Put that back in. Where's the lock at, dude? All right, ladies and gents. Rail slide system, space saving offset sliding rail system requires less space to be placed flush against the wall. Okay. All right. All right. All right, ladies and gents. If you're wondering why I'm confused, it's because this is not my saw. This is Kendall's saw, and I've never used it before, but it's pretty straightforward. Plus, also, I'm not a woodworker. You guys are. I'm not. I guess I am now, so to speak, but we are looking for the dust collection now, right here, I suppose, huh? You are holy. Dude, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Oh, dude. Serious? Oh, Bubba. I don't like that, guys. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's about right. That's about how it is, Overtime. And all right, brother. Alan White. Yep, we got the PPE as you can see, and then I got ear protection. I'm trying to set up the dust collection, so don't you worry, Alan White. We got her. The only downside is I might have to wait till tomorrow because I don't have. This isn't work. This isn't. None of this fits, dude. I mean, this does. This kind of does. This kind of would work. I bet you if I just slide that in there, it'll just kind of hold on in there, right? It's kind of. No. You know? Right? Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens, alright? Let's just see what happens. No expectations. No expectations. No. Yeah, you know? Why would you make it universal? Why would you make it a universal size? Oh, brother. I hope you guys got a laugh out of that. I would have laughed. I would have laughed. Why would you make it a universal size, right? Hmm. You know, yeah, that's probably about it. Anyways, you know, that's not gonna work for today. It's not gonna work. It's gotta be some sort of a tube that works with this. I mean, it's only a couple cuts. Let's just see what happens. I can always sweep it up. No big deal, brother. No big deal. Be nice if it worked out though. All right. Let's see what happens, huh? So we got. Oh man, I bet you that's not even a finished. Hmm. 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 66 inches. We got enough to screw up on. But how does that work? So it's gonna come up. So do you think we do the ridges first? Because then if it pulls out, it won't pull out the ridge. Yeah, we cut the ridge first, right? Yeah, we cut the slot first. Because if we twist it around, right? Or we can put it down towards the fence. Let's use one of my sacrificial pieces. Where is that at? Where's that sacrifice piece? All right. Lord of heaven and earth. Praise Jesus, ladies and gentlemen. Praise Jesus. Here we go. Here's that beat up piece that I screwed up on. All right. Now we just gonna find out what happens here. We're just gonna clamp this down. We're gonna go. Oh boy. What in the world? So we're just gonna. Should I even clamp this down? It says there's a little hand here. It says hand X with a blade on there, saying, "Don't do that, Kyle. Don't put your freaking hand there, Kyle." And I'm like, "Why not? I want to put my hand there." Don't do it, Kyle. Just kidding. I mean, sooner or later I'm gonna get sick of this. What? Are you freaking kidding me, bro? What's happening here? Yeah, I'm gonna get sick of this little thing. I already know it. It's not even gonna. There you go. Alright, find out what happens. Find out that the blade's dull. Well, that ain't gonna work. Thank God I used the sacrificial piece. Alright. Perfect. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've officially reached the end of the road on that one. Because I don't have blades. I don't have a blade to replace this. I need a, and it's probably, I need a, what's that, a 10-inch blade? Yeah. Oh. Yep, 10-inch blade. Need a 10-inch blade. I'm going to take a picture of that too. Write it down. Write it down. Down. I'm going to forget that. I got to write that down. All right. Normally I just take a picture, but I'm live streaming, so I can't take a picture. And by the time we're done live streaming, I'll forget to take a picture. So I want you guys to hit that like button. I want you to share this with somebody you think would like to watch this 2-hour live stream we were doing. And then any of you guys that aren't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. We got a whole library of videos that are based on lumber education. We're going to be delving heavily into wood identification, some hot topics, and thanks for the 31 likes, by the way. At the end here, I'm sure he's gonna tilt that saw head up, right? Yeah. Well, it's not one of those. It's not a tilt saw. It's an innovative rail slide. So it doesn't. It's not a chop saw. At least I don't think it is. I could be wrong. Anyways, it's got a dull blade, brother. Anybody else wanna be the first person to ever uh buy a super chat on this stream? Nobody's ever bought a super chat on K&J Lumber live stream or anything like that. So if you want, you could be the first person to buy a live super chat. I'll put your name on the wall over there on our wall of stickers that's back there on the garage door, and you'll be the first one to ever buy a super chat. And it's fun the mission. All I can smell is smoky smokeness. 10-inch blade. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and kids too. This thing right here has let me down. It's let me down. Let me down. But, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cry about it all the way home. Consider subscribing. I'm just going to thank all you guys for joining up with us tonight, guys. Until next time, we'll go live. Try to go live every weekend or every week or something like that. Usually we'll go live this week. We're going to be live on a Wednesday. So keep that in mind. We'll be live Wednesday. Hey, Beer Barrel! Woohoo! Yeah. Oh, yeah. Beer Barrel, you are the first person to ever buy us a super chat. Look at that, dude. Now we're putting your name on the wall over there. Beer Barrel, yep. Yep. And then Beer Barrel. First super chat. Much appreciated, by the way, brother. You didn't have to do a full $10. $1 or $2 would have been just fine. But we'll print out. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get a fancy name. I'll print it off, and then I'll tape it on the garage, and then I'll do a short, or maybe I'll take a picture of it, and I'll post it in the community posts so everyone can see that you were the first to give us a super chat. So freaking much appreciated, brother. We don't have southern yellow pine. Don't grow up here, dude. We only get white pine and red pine, which is Norway pine, jack pine, and I think maybe a southern yellow pine only grows in the south, brother. So, what are you gonna do with 500 board feet of southern yellow pine, anyways? I couldn't use it. Well, I got a dull blade. Anyways, hit that subscribe button on the way out, guys. And remember, Jesus loves you. Praise Jesus and get your butt to church next Sunday. God bless y'all. See you, Beer Barrel. Peace.